everybody, Mntdewmania here, and welcome back to Vox Populi. And you're probably seeing this the day after Thanksgiving on the 27th, I hope. If everything goes all right, you are. And if if you are, hope you if you celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you had a great one. If you don't, the rest of us are probably miserable right now, full of turkey and ham and stuffing and cranberry pies and God knows what else. Um, After we slept for about 12 hours getting zonked out. Because when it comes to certain things in our lives, we are what is the topic of the rant this week, and I'm just as guilty as anybody else, and probably everybody is at some point in their life. Um, G is for greed or greedy. Um, this was suggested by I can't remember, DaringHardOx, I do believe. This was their G. I'll make sure if they have a link for a YouTube page, I will put it in the description for you, of course. But thank you, Ox, for suggesting a G. I do appreciate that. And as requested, sir, here you are. Um, well, I guess we all uh, have been greedy for something in our lives. And if you don't know the definition that I am talking about, the handy dandy dictionary says this is the one that I use: extreme desire for something, often more than one's share. So if you did celebrate Thanksgiving and you sat down at a table somewhere, chances are you were greedy for something on that table. Either an extra slice of turkey or ham. Maybe there was two pieces of, fried chicken left in the bowl and you wanted both of them. There was only two slices of pie left and one was bigger than the other one. You wanted the big one. And we get, I think in small doses, everybody has been greedy for more than their share of something. Um, and it's not that you probably couldn't even hold that piece of extra pie in your stomach. It's because you wanted something that everybody else wouldn't have. Okay, um, you if you eat it, you're gonna get sick. You know you are. You're gonna puke your lungs up. But it's just we as humans, we just over these centuries and millennia, we have just developed into this. I want everything under the ocean. I deserve it. It's mine. You can't have it. And I want it all. Now, I think in part, well, more than in part, my generation is most to blame for this happening, even more than it has happened. There's always been greedy people in the world. There's always been greedy cultures, greedy countries, greedy armies, greedy emperors. You know what I'm saying? But as a whole nation, as a whole page out of history, I think my generation has facilitated greed more than any other time in the world, to be honest with you. Um, like, I'm standing here fishing for this stuff. I don't need this stuff. I have got 10,500,000,000 of this stuffs, at home that I have fished for hours. I don't need it. I'm just a hoarder. If you watch my Hoarder's Delight, you know this about me. Um, you know, but I want more. I want to see what I can get next. I need it. I need a whole double chest of, golden apples. No, you don't. You don't even use one. Yeah, but I gotta have it. you know, and my generation was the one we wanted to give our kids everything that we never had. You know, we don't want our kids to want for anything, and we're making our kids lazy and greedy. Okay? Um, you know, seriously, when you offer somebody, um, a 16-year-old kid a brand new car, and they go out and 3 weeks later they're, texting on that $1,000 phone you bought them, you know, and they wrecked the brand new car. Well, oh my God, dude, my baby needs car rose. Buy him another one. No, 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 people, no, no, stop it. Stop the insanity, okay? We are turning our children into greedy little monsters. There's no other way around it. That's what we are doing it. Don't sit there and shake your head like you don't know nothing about it. We are doing it. And then when the kids grow up and they want, 10,000 of this and 500,000 of that, what? And you hand it to them. Oh well, I want more. No, who cares about this little $49 flip up phone? I want this because so and so has it. Mom, I have to have this. Everybody else had it. Everybody's going to laugh at me. What are they going to think? You know, they're using you, people. Your own children are using you to get stuff they don't need because they are greedy and selfish. All right? It's just, why do we need all this stuff in our, and we're the same way. Seriously, why do you work 60 hours, 70 hours a week if you weren't greedy? Oh, well, the first thing out of you, well, we got to pay bills. For what? Well, you got to pay for the 4 phones in the house, of course, and you got to have food, and you got to pay for car insurance, got to pay for the mortgage. Uh, why do you and your husband or wife or partner and one child live in a 5 bedroom house? Well, that's it's we've always wanted that. I've always wanted it. It's my dream house, and I work for it. And what business is it of yours? What I do with my money? Not a bit of business. Uh, but why are you being so greedy? And why do you got to live in a house that you are killing yourself working for? Why can't you live in a modest little 3 bedroom house? Well, you just because it's my money. you know, Whatever argument you put up with anybody, they're going to come up with an explanation as to why they need it in their lives. Okay, I can give you a perfect example of me. All right, um, cable went from cable to dish because I was greedy for more channels. I don't need more channels in my life. 200 channels of what? I spend most of my time watching YouTube videos anyway because I'm greedy for entertainment and I want more of it at my fingertips at my command when I get tired of the YouTube world and Minecraft world. I want to sit down and indulge myself in 200 plus channels of absolute bull. Okay? But it's mine. I pay for it. And you're not going to tell me what to do with my money, blah, 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 blah. So, I'm greedy. I'm greedy for entertainment. I want to see my favorite stars, what they're up to and who they're dating, and I want to see the latest football game, and I want to see the latest swashbuckling movie, and I've got to see more, and I need more, and I need more. No, I don't. I'm just greedy. That's what it is. Um, but then, okay, that's everyday greedy. Okay, that's petty greedy. Um, it's Sandy Duncan said, "We've been raised um, to compete, to want more, more, more. It's a way of life. It's about greed. That's absolutely the truth. We, as a society, are teaching our children to want more. Now, I don't know how you're teaching your child. Are you teaching your child to work hard to get more? Are you teaching your child to steal to get more? One way or another, we are teaching our children by our example to want more. Okay? like we're not just leaving a big ass footprint on this planet as it is. And the worst people that are doing this are our leaders, our governments that we put into office, or they put themselves into office, depending on what part of the world you live in. They feed the greed. Anybody that you want to name in the history of forever who has been greedy, the people that followed them were just as greedy. If I get so and so into office, I'm going to get 2 pieces of cake instead of one. If so and so gets into office, we get this island and that one. It is greed, people. Love and money do not make this world go around. Okay, I don't care which part of it you live in. Greed makes this world go around. And we did it to ourselves. The first cavemen fought over who got the biggest rock. Okay? Because he wanted his rock to be bigger than that rock. That's all it is. It is greed. And it's not the big greed that is eating us like a cancer. It is the it's almost balanced. Now, Charles Carrault said, the everyday kindness of back roads more than makes up for the acts of greed in the headlines. I would, 20 years ago, I would have agreed with that. I don't think I'd do anymore. Like the sun setting, I think the sun is setting on the truth of that statement. Used to, I think there was more than enough kindness in the world to balance out the massive amounts of greed by, big companies, big corporate giants, but I think the acts of kindness that we never hear about, now there's a reason we don't hear about them, because they just don't happen. There are a few, strong-willed people still holding on, trying to counteract the rest of humanity's stupidity, but I think they are failing, and I think now they know they are. Unfortunately. Julian Casablancas said, greed is the invention of injustice as well as the current enforcer. Absolutely. It's love did used to make the world go round. Helping neighbors, reaching out to people. If I've got 2, you can have 1. If I've got 3, you can have 2. Those days are gone, folks. I can remember growing up, and you live in a farming community. If you didn't have such and such equipment, then you traded with somebody, and they would come and they'd bring their plow, or they'd bring their big machines in, and you'd share if you killed a pig or whatever. That's gone. I don't care if you don't have any, because you ain't getting none of mine. That's the motto of today. And we are doing it to ourselves. We have nobody to blame. There's no cosmic force. Okay? There's no weird virus. It is our own greed and stupidity. Okay? It is our own greed and stupidity we are killing ourselves and this planet. We've talked about this before. Guys, there's nowhere else to go. Once we devour this with our greediness, it's gone. Okay? So, all y'all scientific people, if I was y'all, I'd just go ahead and pack and get to Mars now while there's still a chance. To be honest with you. Because the way we're going, we are devouring everything. I read an article online about, in just so many, not even 2 or 3 decades or something, we will be consuming 2 planets worth of resources. There, how about that? And this is one little planet, and she's tired, guys. She's tired of our greed and stupidity. Jack Palance said, the only 2 things you can truly depend on are gravity and greed. That's very true. There's not a lot you can depend on in this world. Yep, those two you can. All right, guys. I guess I'm going to wrap this up. G is for greed. Um, it's like I said, it's it's us. It's not anybody else. It's us. We're doing it to ourselves. So I'm going to give you a good recipe to it's to ease up on the greed a little bit, because I promise you, ignorance, hatred, and most of all greed, they are just as effective as any gun that you want to go out and buy. They just kill a little bit slower, that's all. So we're going to do something to fight greed, and you're gonna do your part. This is to everybody. Um, if you ask for something for Christmas, be it a game or whatever it is, doesn't matter. I want you to, because somebody's going to come and ask you, you got any ideas for what you want for Christmas? Tell them that one thing that you want for Christmas is them to take, let's say, 10%. If they're going to spend $50 on you, take 10% of that and buy something from a charity, or drop it into buy a $5 toy for Toys for Tots. There are wonderful, I'm sure, charities in your neighborhood. Um, Drop 5%, guys, 10%. Give it to a charity. Okay, let's break the cycle of greed before it just absolutely devours us. All right, guys, this went on a little too long. I can really get on my soapbox sometimes. Thank you, DaringHardOx, for your absolutely wonderful suggestion of greed. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you guys will come back again and again. If you have a suggestion for a letter, next letter is H, and go back and look at the other seasons that I've already done. And yeah, I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving wherever you were, if you celebrate. If you didn't, have a little bit of pity for us greedy people that sat at the table for too long. And as always, a wonderful thank you to my Vox family and my TryHard family. Love you guys. And I'm so out of here. Later.